is episode 14. My name is Marie, and I'm coming to you from central New Hampshire. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as Old Time Knits. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back and for your continued support. It means a lot. This is my knitting podcast where I talk about all the things that are on my needles, off my needles, the future of my needles, places I've visited, people I've met, things I've acquired, and all the other yarny goodness. So if this sounds like something you would enjoy, then come on in and let's get started. Okay, so I thought I would start with what I'm wearing, and it is also my first finished object. I am wearing the Lento, which is by Jonna, and I cannot say her last name. I'll put it here on the screen. And this is part of the Lento KAL, hosted by Amy Palco and Rebecca of the Creabea podcast. And I'm going to stand up and so you can see it on me. There it is. It is an amazing, amazing fit. Easy peasy raglan. Super nice, easy construction. Big, let me sit back down. Big needles. So I used Barnyard Knits fingering weight in their denim colorway, and I held it together double with Holst Garn Titicaca, which is 100% superfine alpaca, and it just made for the nicest, prettiest color, really denim-y. And so the construction is, like I said, raglan, and it has a folded collar on it, which is so fun. I love folded collars. Which you don't have to do that, just a basic raglan. And this flew. It is size, I did mine on a US size 10 needle. So, I mean, huge gauge. It's a 15 stitch gauge, I think. And I made the size medium, and it is just, I have worn it almost every day because I am so in love with it. And it is so comfortable, very much like the love note in the way it fits and the ease of knitting and how fast it knits up, obviously minus the lace, but it is a fantastic knit, and I'm super, super happy with it in general. Yeah, it's just so comfortable, and the fit, I love the fit. My bind off on the bottom was a little teensy bit tight, but I just decided to leave it this time. I usually will go back and fix those things if they bother me, but it didn't bother me hardly. So I said, never mind, I'm not even going to go there. So that is my first finished object. And then my next finished object is a test knit. The pattern has not been released yet, so I can't talk too much about it, but I do have permission from the designer to show you. So let me get this going on here. All right, and these are the Split Decision mitts, and they are from Shayna Line Designs. And Shayna hasn't released the pattern. It's coming. So what a fun knit. I'm not allowed to talk about the construction, but I just wanted to be able to show you guys. They're so fun. Look at them. They're so fun. So nothing but nothing too complicated once you get in the rhythm of it and you figure out what you need to do. It's relatively easy. I had them done in a weekend, and yeah. So this yarn is yarn that I have used before. In one of my previous episodes, I did a wrap from Shayna Line Designs using this same yarn, and this was Michelle from Woolens and Nosh had me knit her a sample, and this is the yarn, and it is her DK, Tweety DK. And honestly, I cannot tell you what the actual color name is, but This is so soft. So, so soft. It's 85% superwash merino, 15% Donegal, I think. And then this is the white. I know this color is called Baby Boo. This is part of her Fancy Schmancy Pumpkins colors. So I had leftovers from the big wrap that I did, and I decided to throw them into these mitts. Aren't they cute? Yeah, you could really have a lot of fun with these really good stash busters. It did not take much yarn at all. So super speedy knit, need a gift for somebody, it's a great option. So yeah, so that was really fun. That was my first test knit and my second finished object. Okay, and my next item was also a test knit. I know, so many. And it is a sweater. So this is it. And I will put some footage of me in here wearing it too. Isn't it nice? So this is called Iron Bell. And it's from Oh So Fancy Knits. And it is a fun connection in the front there. Lots of twisted stitches. The pattern is not, it was not a secret test knit. She told me I could talk about it. So this whole, down the whole front of it is twisted rib. And then it has 3/4 length sleeves with a split in them. They're split so that you can fold them and pop them. It looks really cute with it folded. You'll see it in the video. I'm fumbling, sorry. Okay, and then it also has that same rib detail down the side. Also a split hem at the bottom. Same ribbing on the bottom as well. So what a fun knit. I had not done a construction like this before. It was started flat, back and forth flat, and then it got connected here in the where the V is. But the beauty of this is there was no Willy Wonka funny things going back and picking up a neckline or anything. It was built in as you went. I just loved it. Loved it, loved it. It was a great knit, and this is so like comfy, cozy, fits me really good. And you know, I could get away with the bougie sweatshirt on that one. All right, so the yarn that I used is Brooklyn Tweed Shelter, which most people are super familiar with. This is a worsted weight. It's 140 yards, and it is in their Storm Cloud colorway. Let's see if I can get you guys some details here. Yeah. So I went and visited, this is spun in Harrisville, New Hampshire, and they have a big mill over that way, and I went and visited their retail store and purchased a sweater quantity last summer, and look at me, stash busting. Yes. Slowly but surely I'm getting through that stash. Yeah, so that was the Iron Bell. It's coming soon. I think she said within the next few weeks. I think that's what she said, but see how cute it is when you roll up the sleeve? And so it's nice. I pop it over my turtleneck, and it is very toasty. This yarn is so lightweight and lovely. It's woolen spun, so it's fluffy and not heavy at all. It was a very enjoyable knit. Renee of Oh So Fancy Knits, and I'll put her information on the screen, and I'll link her down below. She's over on Instagram too. So yeah, so that was my second test knit. And I do have one more finished object. Hang on a second. All right, I did have one other finished object. I do not have it with me. I made a pair of socks for Eloise, and I neglected to get a picture of them before she went bouncing off with them. And so I asked her mother to send me a picture, and this is what I got, which I love so much. They just love their socks, so that's really heartwarming. Yeah, so I'll pass on that one. But my next finished object is a sample knit for Michelle of Woolens and Nosh. She picks the pattern, she picks the yarn, and away we go. So here it is. This is the Sunday Shrug by Jackie of Caddy Jack's Knits. And this is the fastest knit I have ever done. I don't know, I would say 6 or 7 hours max to do this. It is ginormous needles. Let's see, US size 15 needles, and bulky weight yarn. So look at this yarn. This is Michelle's new bulky base. This is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. All right, let me tell you about it. So it is 100% non-superwash American wool in a bulky base. And this is our card, Woolens and Nosh. And this is the info on the back. And that particular colorway, the creed, is the darker color. And it's here. And it's funny because it can really look gray or green. And it is just awesome. The yarn is fantastic. It's bulky, but it is, look at the twist. Beautiful. I think it's locally spun in Vermont, which is where Michelle is from. So that is the one color. And then the other color is here. This is all I had left. And this is magenta. And this is stunning. Look at this. Talk about a hot pink. It just jumps out at you. So I will put some footage of me wearing the Shrug. It's a little hard to style when you don't have a mirror. And I did my best Jackie poses. Nowhere near as good as her when she shows off the things. But yeah, it is a great, fun project. So easy. And I just can't get over this pink. You know, always cameras don't do these things justice. The colors are just stunning, stunning, stunning. There's that green. Sometimes it looks gray, sometimes it looks green, depends upon the light. So yeah, so that was a super fun knit, really fast. And so that is all for my finished objects. All right, on to works in progress. My first one is in a bag from a Stitchy Girl Studio. I love her bags. Cute little sock bag, perfect size, little drawstring. She is, it just has a plain inside, but I just love this fabric so much. All right, inside is a pair of socks. I decided to cast on a pair for myself. Ooh, I'm all tangled up. Here we go. Sorry for all my stitch markers. Silly, I was on the go and I wanted to make sure I had enough stitch markers with me, so I attached a bunch to the side of it. All right, here we go. These are DK, of course, and these are just a simple rib. I'm not using a pattern. I've cast on 44 stitches, and I just did a round of knit 2, purl 2, a round of knit, alternating. And I'm doing them on US size 3 magic loop. Nothing fancy here, but I just love this yarn. Gosh, couldn't think of the word there for a second. Yeah, I just, I'm on the foot. So the yarn is Magpie Fibers in their Swanky DK base, which is their 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. So that cashmere, boy, does that make it nice and soft. And the colorway is Rust in Peace. It is awesome. Awesome, awesome. These are all my favorite colors when it comes to tones. Coppers and rusts and pale greens. This is probably a little bit better color representation. Oh, it is so beautiful. And so it's knitting up fantastic. A little bit brighter on screen than it actually is. It's probably better back here. So yeah, just a simple pair of socks for myself. It's March now, so I'm hoping that I can stick with my couple of pair of socks a month so that I can get my stockpile stocked back up again. So that was my first work in progress. And then my second work in progress is for Annabelle. Annabelle's my granddaughter, if you haven't watched before. And if you have, you know all about Annabelle. It is her birthday in March, so I thought I would make something different besides socks, although she loves socks. So here it is. This is the beginning of the Stockholm Slipover by Petite Knit. And this is the junior version. It's the front, and this is the back. Fun, super fun fuzzy yarn. And it kind of fades and stripes and does all kinds of things. She's always petting me whenever I wear a mohair sweater around her, so I thought I would make her something fuzzy. But my option for yarn is something that's a little bit more user-friendly because her mother is just going to throw it in the dryer, I'm sure of it, as they do. So I went to Michael's and I purchased this. And this is Karen Latte Cakes. And it is nylon and acrylic blend. This is a huge cake. 250 grams, it's 530 yards, and it's in the blueberry colorway. So it is very, very soft. It's not itchy or scratchy like you would, you know, experience with mohair, and machine washable and dryable according to the tag. So we'll see, but she's gonna love it because it's so fuzzy and very reasonable price point. And so I am doing the size 10, I think it's 10 to 12, so I think it might be a little bit big on her, but that's okay. She's gonna she'll just grow into it. And I love the colors on the back. So this was a little bit different construction. I had not done that before. You knit the back piece, and then you come back and you pick up at the shoulders to knit the two fronts. And now I just body island and ribbing on the bottom, ribbing on the openings, and around the neckline, and I will be done. So I was looking for something that was going to be quick too. I got a little bit of, not burnout, but after 2 sweaters in a row, I was like, whew, I've had enough of sleeves, that's for sure. So that's a nice option, and she's gonna love it, and then I can pet her like she always pets me. All right, and the only other thing that I have to show you is my couple of other acquisitions. While I was at Michael's, Eloise, it's Annabelle's sister, has asked me to make her poncho. I made her one when she was just a wee little one, maybe 2.5 years old, and she's gonna be 8 soon, or in the fall. And so this was the one that I made, and I purchased this pattern at my local yarn store with the yarn, or it was free with the yarn, and it uses a hot cakes from Plymouth Yarns. And so I got this. which is another Karen brand marble cake, and it's marled and stripes. So that should make a really fun poncho. This is right up Eloise's alley. She just loves these kind of colors. So this is 100% acrylic, and there are 404 yards on this. I did get 2 of them because I'm not sure one will be quite enough for the length. And if I have extra, then I'm sure I can find a use for it. So yeah, so that was my one acquisition for her. I don't know when I'll get to cast that on. I'm hoping pretty soon, but I got some other things going on too. So it's a juggling game, isn't it? It's tough to be loved and people wanting your knitting. All right, and the other acquisition I got was my monthly subscription from Palmer Yarn Company, and it's my monthly sock set. This is for February. So pretty. So pretty. So this is her soft sock in the 80% merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards to 100 grams with a 80-yard mini, 20-gram mini. Well, look at the color. This color is called Full Moon. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And the little mini is this like aqua color. Oh, so pretty. Oh yeah, that's a good representation right there. So I don't know when I'll get to knit it up, but it really is fun having a yarn of the month come. I wasn't sure if I would use them, but I'm sure I will at some point. Really nice. So that's a nice one to subscribe to. So yeah, that was that. And all right, that is it for whips and acquisitions and futures of the needles. And so now I just wanted to talk a little bit of chit chatter. So if you were just here for the knitting portion, then thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next time if you'd like to end here. I wanted to just talk a little bit about an invitation that I received to go and knit for the day with a group of knitters. It is the New England Knitters, and Jan Marie was kind enough to reach out to me. She watches the podcast and contacted me through Ravelry and invited me to join them. So I went last Saturday, and we gathered. I think there was close to 20 of us. It was so much fun. They provided some light refreshments, some coffee, some water, some goodies. And there was also a de-stash table where you could bring a few things and take something if you wanted. And I was very disciplined. I didn't come away. 2 small skeins I came away with, I think. There was a lot there that I could have come home with, but I didn't. I was really trying to be good about it. I just have to be right now. But anyway, delightful time. They meet, from what I gather, several times a year, and I look forward to connecting with them again. We were there from like 10 o'clock in the morning till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And so it was nice because, every so often you get up and you go sit with somebody else and you chit chat with them, and you learn about what they like and what they don't like, and, their knitting methods. It's just so fun and interesting when you can connect with like-minded people like that. So a huge thank you to Jan Marie for the invite, and for Kathy for providing all of the, it was at a public library in Southern New Hampshire, and she helped arrange all of that, and it was just delightful. And all of the knitters, I totally enjoyed all of them, and they were a lot of fun. And I'll put some pictures in at the end here of the day. I tried not to take too many pictures because I really wanted to just enjoy the whole experience, because just don't get those opportunities all that often. So you got to take them when you can. So yeah, it was fantastic. I have a couple of podcast recommendations. You guys probably already follow these people, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway because I enjoy them. And the first one is Nancy at Knit Sip Happy, and she is a Canadian designer. Her podcast is wonderful. She's sock designer mostly, I think. I think that's all she's put out, but she's a lot of fun, and she can get a little sassy and a little cheeky sometimes. That's how she'd put it. It's a little cheeky. And she's pretty fun to watch. So if you get a chance, go check her out. And the second one is Nikki at Knitting with Cat Hair. And this girl is unbelievable with her color work. She is a Marie Wallen fan all the way. And man, I don't know how she does some of those projects, but I do enjoy seeing her, completed and in process Marie Wallen projects. She hosts a make along as well for that. I don't know if I can do a Marie Wallen, maybe, but not right now. But anyway, Nikki, she's a doll, and I really enjoy her podcast too. So if you get a chance, go check out those podcasters. I try and feature one or two if I can. There's just so many of them, and they just keep coming and coming, but hopefully I'll be able to find a few more for you, and maybe some that you haven't heard of. So anyway, that is enough chitter chatter for today. Thank you so much for sticking with me if you're still here. There's nothing else I can think of that I need to tell you. So I guess I'll call it a day. I thank you so much for watching and for your continued support. And feel free to leave me a comment, if just any old thing if you'd like. And I will get back to you. I enjoy that so much. And if you enjoyed the video and you're new here, you might like to subscribe. That would be fantastic. So, all right, everybody, happy knitting. Keep your needles clicking. And until the next time, have a great day. Bye.